This ABC15 Flash Briefing is sponsored by Sanderson Ford. All roads lead to Sanderson Ford.
I'm Katie Rammel with your top stories from ABC15 Arizona. Just one day after the NBA fined and suspended Suns and Mercury owner Robert Sarver, League Commissioner Adam Silver weighing in on the process. He answered reporters' questions in the face of backlash from some fans and players who feel the league did not go far enough in punishing substantiated use of racial slurs, consistent mistreatment of female employees, and unwanted touching of male employees. Those are among the other incidents discovered by the NBA.
While there were these terrible things, there were also many people who had very positive things to say about him through this process. And ultimately, I took all of that into account in making the decision that the 1-year suspension plus the fine was appropriate.
Former Suns employees who worked under Sarver told ABC15 they felt the league's decision was, quote, disappointing and unsatisfactory. Suns guard and team captain Chris Paul joining the league's critics tonight, tweeting that he was horrified by the report, calling Sarver's behavior unacceptable. He went on to write the league's sanctions fell short, but stopped short of pledging action or further demonstration on his part. Fellow superstar and Paul's close friend LeBron James also weighing in, tweeting, quote, our league definitely got this wrong. I don't need to explain why. We'll continue to follow this story as it develops. You can find much more of our coverage online right now at abc15.com. A teenager and one other person arrested for a deadly West Phoenix shooting near 59th Avenue in McDowell on Tuesday. Officials say after they reviewed surveillance video from businesses in the area, they were able to track down 2 people. Both are now facing charges. On the coronavirus front, the state health department releasing its weekly COVID-19 numbers, adding more than 6,100 new cases in the last week, and those are just the cases reported in, plus 82 new deaths. This is the first time in about 2 months that we've seen that rise in cases. Now to news about the economy. Prices are still at record highs for many items, and despite key inflation index falling slightly in August, it is still high. Groceries are up more than 13% from last year, due in part to the effects of climate change, supply chain issues, energy costs, and the war in Ukraine. Holiday travel also affected all of this. New reports say holiday airfares will be the most expensive in 5 years, with the average domestic round trip now at $460. Well, gas prices are dropping, though, across the country. Here in Phoenix, we are paying 15 cents more compared to last week. So why is this happening? Phoenix prices are higher because of 60% of the gas we get comes from California, which uses more costly summer blends, despite President Biden temporarily lifting EPA restrictions. And regulators there have also reported refinery issues that have hurt production, causing the price to rise. The better news for your wallet, though, California refineries will switch to their cheaper winter blend soon, so we could see prices start to drop here. But the impending rail worker strike could slow down oil delivery and prevent those prices from dropping. Starbucks vanilla espresso triple shot drink being recalled by the FDA over concerns about metal fragments. It was sold in 7 states, including Arizona. The drink, branded as Starbucks, but it is distributed by PepsiCo Inc. It has a Best Buy date of March 20th, 2023. Phoenix Public Library has teamed up with St. Mary's Food Bank to provide kids and teens free healthy meals. They're available at select locations across the Phoenix libraries through their Kids Cafe. Locations and days are there on your screen. Meals are provided at no cost as long as supplies last. Teenagers in Chandler are taking matters into their own hands to help other teens find mental health resources. They've created the nonprofit Arizona Students for Mental Health after several Chandler students died by suicide last school year. So this goal is to spread awareness and offer resources to those who may need it within their schools. The creator of the nonprofit feels it may be easier for students to help other students compared to adults stepping in.
We have just a different point of view than adults because we're the ones experiencing it. When you try to solve teen mental health, there's nobody better to solve it than teens.
In the last week, the group came together to spread positive messages and let people know it is okay if you need help. And a reminder, if you are feeling any feelings of suicide or in need of help in any way, you can call or text the new hotline. The number is simply 988.
I'm Chief Meteorologist Amber Sellens with a look at your forecast tomorrow. Sunny and dry for tomorrow and for the rest of the week here. Temperatures starting out in the 70s, so our mornings are staying nice and cool. But we do have those 90s back in the forecast tomorrow afternoon. 98 here in Phoenix, which is going to put us a few degrees below average for this time of year. High pressure is building in by this weekend. That brings the triple digits back as our forecast stays sunny and dry. Then early next week, an area of low pressure digging down off the west coast will start to move onshore through California and pump moisture in from the south. It'll actually be this low combined with high pressure still sitting out to our east. That'll bring that flow up from the south and give us a chance for more monsoon storms early next week. Now for Phoenix, it's just a slight chance for now, but we're going to be watching this closely in the days ahead. After that brief triple digit stint, Saturday, Sunday and Monday will drop back into the 90s and see those slight chances for spotty storms for the first half of next week.
This ABC15 Flash Briefing is sponsored by Sanderson Ford. All roads lead to Sanderson Ford.